Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to your January 2024 astrological forecast. And you know, I'm doing all signs for this month, a monthly report, and I will always do all signs for the weekly forecast. But in the future, I may only do monthly forecasts for certain signs, because these signs, it's like not just my channel, but kind of across the board. There seems to be certain zodiac signs they're just not interested in astrology or even tarot. Okay, so there you'll notice that some tarot readers even only do certain signs, and that's why, you know, if the sign isn't interested, then it's just really not worth putting up a video for them. So like I said, in the future I will probably only do certain signs for monthly, but I will always do all zodiac signs for the weekly and other things also. But anyway, so this month, the month starts off with, on the 1st, Mercury goes direct in Sagittarius. Finally! Yes! Mercury direct. Okay, so that is something to look forward to, especially having a retrograde period during busy holidays and trying to travel and all that stuff. Trying to get in touch with people, not always that easy. So if you are having problems like that, they'll start to smooth out. In fact, you may even be receiving some packages or cards or something or other this month that you should have gotten last month. Okay. On the 4th, Mars leaves Sagittarius and moves into Capricorn. On the 11th, there's a new moon in Capricorn. On the 13th, Mercury moves into Capricorn again. On the 20th, the Sun moves into Aquarius, and on the very same day, Pluto moves into Aquarius again. I will be doing a video on Pluto in all the signs. Pluto in Aquarius for all the zodiac signs, okay? On the 23rd, Venus moves into Capricorn. Up until that point, it is still in Sagittarius, moved there at the end, very end of December, on the 29th. And then on the 25th, there's a full moon in Leo, and on the 27th, Uranus turns direct. So, thank you so much for your support, your continued support. Thank you, subscribers, and thank you so much for checking on me. I really appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, okay, and click on the notification bell, and you'll be notified each time I upload something. And also check out the links below in the description box. One is to my website, and there is another one called Ask Me a Question, which is for those of you who only want to know maybe one or two things about your chart. Okay, so now for your forecast. Happy New Year, Gemini. So, the good news for you is Mercury in Sagittarius, okay, turns direct on the 1st, the very first day, in your 7th house where you have the sign of Sagittarius, okay, and Mars is only here up until the 4th, and then Venus just moved here on December 29th and is here till January 23rd. So, you know, Sagittarius is your opposite sign. Having Mars here in your 7th house of close relationships and partnerships, arrangements and agreements. This is with a spouse or a romantic partner or a close friend or a business partner. It's also the house of competition and open enemies. And having Mars here just kind of brought people out of the woodwork, you know, to like press your buttons and stuff, you know, push your buttons and just annoy you. Okay, so Mars is leaving here, so you really shouldn't have to put up with too many pushy people after that, okay? And Mercury turning direct here means that conversations that you've been having with people that they are misunderstanding or clearly just not getting the gist, they're just getting the gist of what you're saying. They're not getting the point, okay? Now that this planet turns direct, things will, you know, whatever your kind of discussions you're in, especially if this is in regards to some kind of an arrangement or agreement. Okay, 7th house is the house of contracts, whether they're verbal or written. It's also the house of experts, like contacting someone like an attorney. Okay, so consulting you know, getting someone to help you, you know, an expert opinion of some kind or other. So this would be the time to do something like that, especially if there has been someone acting very aggressively towards you, trying to get you to agree to something, okay? If it's a spouse or a romantic partner, you know, whatever, who knows what's up with that, right? Or if it's a business partner, they could be trying to get you to do business differently, or they're trying to take over the business. They want to make all the decisions, blah, blah, blah. Or you could just have a pushy friend, you know, that just, I don't know, tries to run your life or something or other, or feels that they always have to be with you, okay? So with Venus here, though, it really smooths things over, okay? It brings for pleasant times and conversations with these people in your life. In fact, new arrangements and agreements can be made here, okay, with Venus here. So, Mars does move into Capricorn on the 4th in your 8th house, where you have the sign of Capricorn. 8th house is shared property and actually shared debt, but it's also other people's resources and money. This is the house of inheritances, legacies, insurance payouts, legal settlements, money coming from a legal settlement, prize money, a tax refund, anything actually. There's a new moon here on the 11th, Mercury moves here on the 13th, and Venus moves here on the 23rd, okay? So, and the Sun is here up until the 20th. Okay, so like all this stuff is happening in the 8th house of money. It's a money house, but it's also shared bank accounts, shared credit cards, you know. So this could be like a discussion right now as to how you're going to do with the rest of the year, the new year, bringing about a new beginning in this area, possibly on the 11th around that new moon, of how much and what ways you spend money, okay? You could, you may have to consult a partner, or this could just be you personally, right? So just sorting out bills. This could be more contact with financial institutions like the bank or the IRS, like we have here in America, tax people, credit card companies. You know, you could be looking for a loan, and with Venus here from the 23rd on, that's very, very helpful. Having Venus in the 8th house will get people to help you get to your money, or some way or other make arrangements for a payment of some kind or other, okay? This is also, though, again, the house of legacies and inheritances, but someone may actually just give you something. It could be something that you've always admired of theirs, and they decide they want you to have it, or, you know, it doesn't always have to be money. This isn't always monetary. It's also resources, okay? So, you know, somebody could just help you at this time. If you need help with something, it's a good time to ask for it, okay? The Sun moves into Aquarius on the 20th, along with Pluto on the very same day. Both of these planets move into your 9th house, where you have the sign of Aquarius. And Pluto has been moving back and forth between Capricorn and Aquarius about the past year or so, and will fully move into Aquarius by the end of this year. So you're already, you know, aware of what it's like to have Pluto in your 9th house, of higher learning, your philosophy on life, your views on spirituality and religion. It is foreign anything, people, languages, countries, travel, long distance travel and communication, legal matters, all kinds of stuff, you know. But it's a media and publishing, but it's an internet house, okay? So having Pluto here means eventually your views will gradually change, possibly in some way or other, in regards to religion, and also your philosophy on life. You may also learn something that's pretty different, something different, okay? With the sun here, though, you know, you just find that you have more contact with people who live at a distance or possibly in another country. This being a social media house, that may be the way that you are in touch with them. You could be in touch with foreigners at this time, possibly on social media, especially if you belong to a group on that platform. There's a full moon in Leo on the 25th in your 3rd house. It's directly across from your 9th house. Full moons are just a reason to discuss a problem and do away with it, okay? It'll bring it to the surface no matter what. And both the 3rd and 9th houses are communication and travel houses. So somebody could contact you at this time. It could be a sibling, a cousin, somebody from the neighborhood. It could be anyone or anything. It could be through postal mail or voicemail, email, text message, something or other. They could just, you know, call you to tell you something that, I don't know, that you may be interested in, may not be interested in. You know, it could be anything, but it's to me, it sounds like some kind of communication that you're either tired of hearing about or a person you're tired of hearing from, okay? On the 27th, Uranus in Taurus in your, let's see here, 12th house, okay, turns direct, okay? It's happening so late in the month, I'm going to cover it next month, and it really won't affect you all that much. It does take a while to kick in before you'll even notice that it has turned direct, okay? So, the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Gemini on the 20th, 21st, and 22nd. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Sagittarius, and those dates are the 7th, 8th, and 9th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, speculation or gambling, and anything to do with children is the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 16th, 17th, 30th, and 31st. The best time for money is the 10th, 11th, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. The best time for your career is the 14th and 15th. And the best time for communication and travel is the 12th, 13th, 25th, 26th, and 27th. So Happy New Year to you. I have to remind you that Jupiter is moving into Gemini in May. Okay, so start right now thinking back about the past 12 years. I'll come up with the actual last time Jupiter was in Gemini for you so you can remember back then. Whatever, but plan for it, okay? It happens in May, okay? So Happy New Year to you. Don't forget to check out my weekly forecast. Bye.